Hi, my name is Bishop Daniel McKinney of the National Old Catholic Church based here in Washington, D.C. The purpose of this video is to come to you asking viewers to donate to our church building fund. Currently, we have been worshiping out of different church building sites since 2012. And where it has been a blessing to us, it has also hindered us in some ways. Most of the churches that we have rented church space from have graciously rented their church space at the 3 o'clock Sunday hour, which has not been 100% conducive to us as far as church growth, church outreach, and also it tends to be quite expensive when you're renting from other churches. So that hampers us from really saving a whole lot of money to really purchase a building of our own. So the board of the National Catholic Church, along with me, sat down and said, hey, where do we go from here? Do we want to keep on renting space from other church buildings? Do we want to try to go to an industrial park and rent space? Or do we want and see a need of having a space of our own? So we scratched off the industrial park. Uh, Mainly because with talking with other churches that are renting from industrial parks, that is way expensive to rent. And so then we had to look at it. Do we still want to keep on renting from other churches? And we said not so much. And that was primarily due because when you're renting space from other churches, you normally tend to be able to rent like at the 3 o'clock hour, which most people don't want to go to church on 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And the other problem with renting space from other churches is that you have to set up everything for that Sunday and then take everything back down, which is not conducive. And then if a church that you're renting from decides, hey, we want to use our space not only at the 11 o'clock hour, but also at the 3 o'clock hour, that bumps you out from holding worship service there at that location and scrambling to find, if you can, find another spot for just that Sunday, which can be quite difficult. And so we came up with that it will be conducive for us to have a church building of our own. The only problem with that, as I previously stated, is the funding aspect. So, you know, we prayed about it and we prayed about it and we're like, well, what do we do about funding? You have to have money to purchase a building. And so we looked into, should we get a loan, go to a bank and get a loan. There are banks aren't really too eager to give churches loans. Um, Banks tend to shy away from that because they feel that the churches aren't going to really pay back the money. Not that they don't have it. Um, it's kind of like a risk. So, um, they don't want to lend the money to a church and then the church gets in some financial hardship. And bam, they have this church building on their hands. And, you know, banks aren't really in the business of real estate. They're in the business of money. Giving people or churches or businesses loans to make back, you know, money on the money that they loan. So here we've come to a conclusion of, hey, maybe we'll make a series of videos and do a youcaring.com website along with a GoFundMe website to see and try to have people to donate money to our cause. The other thing that we have come up with is that we want to be in a community where we're needed. We want to have a clothing bank. We want to have a food bank. We want our facilities uh, to be accommodating enough to train people in the community a skill that they may not have, where they can go out into the community and get a job with that newfound skill. We want to be able to have um, where senior citizens can come on a daily and weekly basis to socialize, and not only to socialize, but to get a warm meal. Not only a warm meal to um, to take home, but a warm meal to eat right there on the spot. So um, we also want to have a clothing bank, a food bank for the community. We want to have an HIV resource center for the community as well, for those that are impacted by HIV slash AIDS, where they can come and get counseling, pastoral counseling, and they can get other resources that they can tap into. We also want to open our doors to the homeless and supply whatever needs that they may need. Whereas they may need a hot shower or a hot meal, clothes, so forth. So we are coming to you, asking you to donate to our building fund. We are trying to come up with, at the max, $600,000. On the low end, uh, we are trying to come up with 154K, um, on funds, and we would like to come up with that amount so that we could purchase whatever building in the D.C., Pennsylvania, Baltimore area in a community, and we want to purchase it all cash, where we won't have a mortgage, and we can be freed up to do other things. So the 600 plus, where there's a building in Pennsylvania that we're kind of eyeing, does not include the closing costs, and that building, from what I'm understanding, needs some repair, done to something in the educational wing. The other building is in the Ohio area, which we is a little bit far, but the inventory in Baltimore, Maryland, is that would fit our needs is not all that great at the moment. So, but we're asking that whatever little funds that you may be able to spare, whether it's $5, 25, 50, 100, or whatever you can spare. If you even know of somebody who may be rich, who may want to donate to our nonprofit church, or donate to a nonprofit or even if you need a tax write-off, you can donate to us and reach out to us and say, hey, we donated, and we'll send you any documentation around tax time to give you that tax write-off. Or if you so happen to know JC, um, Steve Harvey, Ellen, uh, President Obama, Bill Gates, whatever famous person or wealthy person who may want to donate out the kindness of their heart, or even may want to reach out to us and say, hey, send us the information of which buildings you would like or which building that you would fit your need. We'll graciously give that information about our church, about the building. And if that person wants to buy the building for us and donate the building to us, we'll be more than gracious. All we want to do is be a church that is growing in the community, that is helping the community, that is giving to the community, and we want to be a church in the community, empowering the community. So I ask you, please, this is my dream. I don't get paid to be a pastor. I don't accept any salary whatsoever. For years, I've been pastoring and working in the federal government, but now I'm no longer working. I'm trying to do my pastoral work full time, but I'm trying to fulfill my calling and what God is calling me to do, and that is full time ministry. And I'm trying to build this church, and I really need your help via donation. If you can just pass the word along as well as donate, hey, we'll be very blessed. I'll be blessed. So I'm going to end this with saying thank you for your donation up front. Thank you again for passing this and getting the word out about me, Bishop Daniel McKinney, and the National Catholic Church. Currently, we do not have a website, but we are on Facebook.com. Currently, our website is being worked on by one of our deacons in our church, and so that should be up and running within a month or so. So please feel free to donate to us. I'm going to post this on YouTube as well as our YouCaring site, and I want to thank you again, and thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to this video and to donate to our church building fund and to our mission. Thanks once again. God bless.